Welcome friends to my kitchen or to my backyard. Today I'm doing something very different. I had this lady that is a lady that I know from our church. She called me and she said, do you want some grapes? I have a lot of grapes, and if you don't pick them, they're gonna go to waste. So I went and picked 2 baskets of grapes. And so now I'm washing these grapes. I'm gonna save some for us to eat, and I'm gonna make some jam like my mom used to make it. So that's what I'm doing today. This is a thank you to Zalia Flosh. Like I said, she's a lady that is from our church. And she called me, she said she has so many grapes and they're just falling down, and she can't use them all. So I just went this morning and I picked some. I'm gonna share some of these with my in-laws, and then we'll see what we can do with it. This is I call the Portuguese grapes because I don't see this grape here in America. I never see these grapes in the store. So this is o que eles chamam a uva jaqueira, and the smaller one. I don't know what they call this one. But anyway, so I have 2 different kinds, and I'm gonna wash them, and then I'll take you along, see what I can do with them. So that's what my day is gonna be today, is making or grape jam or wine, or sweet wine. If you make wine, squeeze them, it turns into juice. We call them sweet wine in Portuguese. My mother-in-law loves it. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do today, and then I'll show you when I'm all ready to go to the next step. I'm just washing it, and I'm not even taking bad ones, because when I go take them to squeeze to do I take them individual, so I'm not going to do a job twice. So anyway, I'll show you when I'm done. Okay friends, I'm in a big mess in here. I'm making jam the way my mom used to make them, but the way my mom used to make them, it takes forever to do it, because you have to separate the skins from the pulp, and I've done that. And now I am just using this contraption that I have here to see if it goes faster. And we want the skins, because the skins is where the pectin has the pectin for to make the jam and to set. But I don't want all this work. So I did some. I took the skins, and then the rest, I'm going to use this and take the seeds. And there's still some seeds in here. I'll show you later. But this way, you get some of the skins, but you don't have all the work to separate them. I use those to separate some of them, but not all of it, because it takes too long. And that's why people don't want to do this kind of jam the old-fashioned way, because it takes so much work. But if you have one of these contraptions, this is what you do. You put all the grapes, these grapes are washed, put them in here, and you mix it until it has some of the seeds. Most of the seeds, and then there's still some of the skins. But some of the skins are going in, so you're not losing all the skins. Because again, like I said, the skins is what's going to set. It has the pectin to set the jam. So, and it'll go a lot faster. It would take me all day to separate all this. And instead, it's gonna take me just maybe a few more minutes with this. And then when I have enough, I just take it out and put it in here. And gonna do this a lot faster. So I'm gonna continue doing all this, and then when it's done, I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. This is a process. That's why nobody wants to make this kind of jam, because you gotta separate the seeds. There's too many seeds in these grapes, but there's ways these days that we don't have to do it. I'm still, like I said, I'm still getting some of the skin, but it's already blended. It's all in small pieces, but I'm getting some of the skin. So anyway, I'll do this and then I'll show you. So after I use my contraption of squeezing all the grapes, I put it into this colander, and I kind of been using a spatula and pressing, so all it stays on the top is the seeds and some of the pulp. There's still some of the pulp, but that's okay. Most of them, it went through. And this is what I've had. I added to the skins that I had, and that's what I'm gonna make jam with. That and whatever's in here. I'm not gonna make no more than that because I don't want too much. And I'm gonna make some vin dulce. I'm gonna squeeze it, and then I'm gonna make some vin dulce, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, but that's what I'm doing. If you don't have a colander like this, get you a sieve, and it'll do the same thing. I use this to wash my vegetables when I am in the sink. So, and I'm not throwing that away. I'm gonna add to, this is what it came out. I'm gonna add this to make my, the ones I'm gonna squeeze to make the wine, I'm gonna use to make my, I'm not throwing away. Okay. So, and this is what the seeds and some of the skins. I'm gonna save this to make my wine. The ones that I'm gonna make wine with, vin dulce. And I'm leaving these for vin dulce, and then I'm gonna save this, and I'm going to make jam with that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure how many cups I have of this, so it can determine how many cups of sugar I'm gonna use. Okay, that's 8. I'm gonna put it in my pot. It's 8. So I have 16 cups of grapes, grape juice, or with the skins. Okay friends, I have 20 cups of grape juice and the skins. It's everything. That's what it gave me from all those grapes. Can't believe it. And then I have 6 cups of sugar, and I'm gonna put some vanilla. This is all the sugar I'm gonna put. I'm not gonna put it no more. And I'm just gonna let it sit, boil until it sets. I don't want too much sugar. So I'm gonna put this on my stove on low until it comes to a boil, and then I'm gonna add the sugar, and I'll show you. Okay friends, in my jam, there's a lot of this foam on top, and you wanna take this foam as much as possible. This came to a boil, it's boiling, but I haven't added sugar yet. So I'm gonna try to take as much foam as possible, and then we're gonna add the sugar. So I wanna cook as much as possible of those grapes. I'm gonna stir this. And then I have 20 cups of grapes, and I'm gonna put, let's see, 6 cups of sugar. That's all I'm gonna put. I'm not putting no more sugar than that. I don't want this too sweet. Okay, and I'm gonna stir this. And I'm probably gonna put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of vanilla. My mom never added vanilla. That's my touch. And I'm gonna let this keep boiling in here until it starts thickening, or it reaches to 220 degrees in your thermometer. And if there's any foam, I'm gonna keep taking the foam out. And my jam is done. This pod was halfway. Now it's right here. That's how low it has been cooking. And how I test, I've said this before, if my jam is ready, you put it in a plate, then you put it in a refrigerator or in a freezer, and then if you put your finger through it, it doesn't move. Means the jam is done. Or you can put the thermometer, when it comes to 220, it is ready. And this jam is ready. This is how you get away from not putting too much sugar to set. I'm gonna need a glove to hold my jar because this is very hot. So now I sterilize my jars, and how I sterilize my jars is I put them in a dishwasher and put in sterilizing. Okay, so that's one. I have my caps in boiling water in a bag. They're sterilizing too. And all those grapes, it's not even gonna give me half of all these jars. So that's how much this had to cook down. I'm gonna make 4 of these bigger ones, and then the rest I'm gonna make it into small. So what I did with this one, right before, maybe about when it had been boiling for half hour, I went with my immersion blender. I pureed all the skins, because I want to give this to my granddaughters, and if they see skins, they won't eat it. So this is like jelly, but it has the skins. So anyway, so if you don't mind having the skins, just leave it, don't puree it. But like I said, I'm gonna share this with my grandkids, and if they see skins, they won't eat it. So I went with my immersion blender and blend all the skins. And I add no pectin on this. Because I use the skins. The skins as the pectin. So anyway, I think there's more in here than what I thought. It might fill me up all those jars. So now I'm gonna clean all these jars. I soak this in a little bit of vinegar, white vinegar, and just cleaning the jars so they can seal proper. You want your top of your jars all nice and clean. Woo, these are hot. Be very careful. This is very hot. Okay, so my lids, they're sterilized. And put them on our jars. Okay friends, so now I have a pot with boiling water. I'm gonna put my jars in there for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna take them out. Okay friends, here it is, my grape jam, like my mom used to make it. It was a long process to make this, but you know what? Everything takes work. Everything takes time. So everything that is worth it takes time. So somebody give me grapes, and I made some grape juice today, and I made some jam. And that's what we gotta do. So my mom used to make this every year. And I know because this is what we used to have for lunch every single year. This and tomato jam. To this day I can't eat tomato jam because we ate so much for lunch. But she used to make this jam just like it is. I did. The only thing is she would not puree the seeds. I mean the skins. I did because my grandkids gonna eat some of this and they wouldn't eat if it has skins. So anyway, this is what I did today. You have to excuse me the way I dress up today. It was not planned for me to do a video, but then I had the grapes. I didn't have time to go change and get all prettied up, and it was gonna be a dirty job anyway. So if anybody gives you grapes, do something with it. Do this. It takes time, but you know what? It's good in the end, and these are nice for Christmas gifts and for any kind of gift. And this is better than what you buy in the store. You know what went in it. I had 20 cups of grape juice, or the grapes. And I only put 6 cups of sugar. So there's not very much sugar, but there's enough sugar to make a jam. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media with your family and friends. And until next time, let's get cooking. Have a good day.